So I finally caught up on Invincible, and by that I mean I caught up to where the Season 3 finale is in the comics. I gotta say, Season 3, by far, most comic accurate. I'd say Season 1 is the least comic accurate. See, Seasons 1 through 2, like, the issues that take place across those are really much more split up. It feels like they did a lot more mixing and matching, but when it gets to the point where we've covered everything that happens in Season 2, it feels like it's, while not completely straightforward, much more straightforward in the comics. Like, all the stuff that happens in Season 3 happens back to back. You know, like, in other words, there's not really a lot of, like, Season 1 stuff that happens in the Season 3 gap, really. And so because of that, I feel like we're going to get more comic accurate going forward. Although there was that tease to an arc that apparently didn't happen in the comics for Season 4. But otherwise, I think we're going to get closer to the comics going forward. Now, I do need to read the rest, though. For those of you that are asking, are the comics worth reading? Yes, they are, because you actually get enough differences, and also it gives you like different looks and different angles of the characters that kind of makes you appreciate some things more in the show and some things more in the comics. Now, I've written down a lot of the little differences. I'd love to do a bunch of different shorts and videos and stuff diving into the differences so far, because there are a lot. But at its core, it still feels like the same story. Overall, I will say, the show, great adaptation. Now, it's not perfect. Better in a lot of ways. But the comic is better in others. And I think you should read both. And personally, I don't feel like the show is going to be spoiled now going forward. That's a concern I hear a lot. Because a lot of the fun with reading through what is covered in the first 2 seasons is seeing how they tackled it in the comics versus the show. You know, same thing when I was reading even the Season 3 stuff, even though it was more familiar. Oh, so that's different. Like, the little differences do go a long way. I've been reading it with my subscription to Global Comics, and again, you can find my comic book, Phenomenova, on Global Comics as well. So if you want to read it with a gold membership, you can do that. You can read both of these with a gold membership. It's well worth it, in my opinion. But you can read the first, I think, 4 issues of Invincible for free, and you can read the first 10 pages of my book for free. There's a lot of stuff you could read for free, and if you're tired of just the free samples, get a subscription, dude. Or, of course, you could pick up the physical versions. Either way, supporting them this way helps the creators and stuff, and that's really important if you want to keep this kind of thing going. But yeah, Invincible gets my high recommendation. I really like it, and as an indie superhero creator, I feel very inspired after reading all this. And I'm excited to read the rest. I really have been marathoning this fast. You can marathon this series, honestly. It reads very fast. And I mean that as a compliment.